Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Denver Broncos. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Stafford now to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. And now the offense for Detroit.
One way I really judge a player's value is when opponents know what your strengths are, yet they still can't take that away. That tells me you're a heck of a player. And for Theo Riddick, everyone knows about his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, yet he's still the primary target for Matthew Stafford on just about any passing situation.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Stafford. This one complete to Theo Riddick. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. First carry for Royce Freeman. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. On first down, it's Keenum. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Time to roll through the starters defensively for Detroit. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Now Keenum. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking... Okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you won't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Set, 180.
To the air again, Stafford. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Throwing again is Stafford. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Lions are in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Keenum now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Down. 53.
2nd and 10. Keenum here again. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
You got him. You got him.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. Buying time to his left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Wide open receiver complete. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's Stafford. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And finding the tight end, Wilson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for a Lions first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
And to the left side here, Wilson gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But
blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or in this case, a field goal.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And you get a peek at Devontae Booker's game last week. 14 carries, 119 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On first down, Keenum. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. A second down carry for Booker. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big run that time out of Booker. 51 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Roger.
To throw, it's Keenum. That's caught at the 3. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
No
yardage. Okay.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Now Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Going for the deep ball. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
This is Booker on the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll pitch it to Booker. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. On first down at Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Again, it's Stafford. His throw incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Stafford looks to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down.
And, he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Christian Jones in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Kano, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
On is the punter King to send it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, false 1.
They'll hand off to Booker. 31 yards there and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Hey, Sean Robinson in there to drop him for a loss on the play. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
22! 22!
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. McManus's point after is good, and the lead will shrink to 6. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. Nifty move. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And out across midfield down to the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. Touchdown, Detroit. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
And coming out now, the Broncos. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Keenum. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Keenum to throw on 2nd down. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Glover Quinn. And they'll start with great field position at the 40. One-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
To throw is Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On first down, Stafford here. Keeps himself upright. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 2nd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
This will be caught at about the 5. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
The ruling on the field is reversed.
The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now Case Keenum and the offense heading back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Lions have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Following the fumble recovery, it's Keenum. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
53.
The final shot before half for Keenum. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath, as now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Keenum will try again on 2nd down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
53. 22. 22.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
To throw on second down is Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They go back to Reddick. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Third and 2, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now Case Keenum and the offense heading back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. On the handoff, this is Booker. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
22.
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Dancing to his left. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and... long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up, but they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, it's Tate. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. An 8-yard gain, so that gets him halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Stafford breaks a tackle. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Keenum now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Keenum going to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Stand down.
On 1st and 10, Keenum firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, it's Keenum. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
3rd and short, it's Booker. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On 1st down, Keenum. They set up the screen to Booker. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
22! 22!
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They do snap it to Keenum. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Lions will take over. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to go for it. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Roger.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum forced out to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They're going to go. It's Booker. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to